Have you ever wondered how money seems to run down your fingers without us realizing it? One day you get the salary, and the other no longer knows where you spent everything. Now imagine two people with the same income. One can save money, make investments, and buy only what is necessary, while the other has drowned in debt, special checks, and impulsive purchases. What is the difference between them? It is not the size of the salary. No luck in the game of life. The secret is something so obvious that it goes unnoticed by the majority. Today I will share 7 hard but transformative truths that will change your relationship with money. You will understand why for some money seems to sprout like source water, while for others each reel is torn with difficulty, such as drops of a rusty barrel. And I will illustrate all this with examples of my own trajectory full of errors and lessons, as well as the millennial wisdom of the people who understand prosperity as few, the Jews. Let's start with the first reason why your money disappears before the end of the month: the inability to resist the immediate desire to buy everything that gets your attention. As soon as we receive money, we act like children in a toy store, filling the cart without discretion. And the modern world makes a point of offering us infinite temptations, from the younger phone to that invisible course that appeared on the feed. We live in an era where opportunities to spend greatly surpass our ability to save. There is a Jewish maxim that says, if you buy what you don't need, you will soon have to sell what you need, and it couldn't be more true. Remember, as a child, do you want all the showcases in the shower at the same time? For the same impulsiveness continues with us in adulthood. You enter the market to buy bread and go out with on sale headphones, a theme mug, and a makeup kit that worth it for the price. Sound familiar? It is no coincidence. The system is designed to empty your wallet. Persuasive advertisements, lightning discounts, exclusive offers that exploit our psychological weaknesses. When I earned my first decent salary, I fell into this trap. I bought it all: gadgets that didn't wear, clothes that were in the closet, tools for someday. It acted like a loose boy in a candy store, taking everything that shone, until the day I urgently needed money for dental treatment and had to sell it all for a ridiculous value, announcing in classified groups. The dynamics are always the same. You see an attractive product, the brain shouts, "I want now," and the purchase is made in the heat of emotion. A week later, the enthusiasm passes, and the object becomes another junk in the corner. When a real necessity arises, yes, urgent, the money has gone away. To avoid this vicious cycle, adopt a simple method before any purchase. Ask 3 crucial questions. First, would I die without it? If the answer is no, it is not a necessity. Monday, will I use it in a year? Third, if these were my last Re's, would I exchange for it? Try it. You will be surprised at how much money you will stop wasting. Jews have another revealing proverb: when the market is cheap, you spend everything. And that's exactly what happens. We buy too much just because something is on sale or because we are afraid of missing the opportunity. But the reality is that, in the age of abundance, everything will always be available. We no longer live in times of scarcity like Anthine. The problem is that we confuse desire with necessity. The second reason why your money disappears is the desire to impress others. We act as if we needed to prove something to the world, that we are successful, that we are not inferior, that we deserve recognition. Who has never bought an expensive cell phone just not to be behind their colleagues, or a new jacket just to draw attention? This behavior has a root in childhood, when we wanted the same toy that the friend had even if we had something better. Today is no different. Most people get the last iPhone not for functionality but by status. Finances a car above its possibilities just to overcome the neighbor. It uses a watch that costs 3 minimum wages. And for what? To hardest looks of admiration that, in fact, will never come. The naked truth is that no one cares so much about their possessions. Outguns will ignore. Others will envy, but true respect. This is not purchased. Worse, the envy of others often turns to toxic energy against you. There is a saying goes well: there are 2 types of envious: those who want to have everything you have, and those who want you to have nothing. I've been through embarrassing situations like this. When I received my first significant bonus, the first thing I did was buy a thick and flashy gold chain, not because I liked it, but to show the former schoolmakers that I had got there. I displayed it all the time, like a trophy. Result: I spent 5 months eating noodles to support the successful facade. And do you know what I found out? No one even commented on my current. All were too busy with their own lives to notice my status. I had other similar experiences that today embarrass me. Once I financed a car that could not pay just to look successful. I paid for him for 5 years, while the vehicle was rusting, and sucked even more money with maintenance. In the end, nothing changed for the better. The only thing that grew was my debt. Have you been through something similar? buying something expensive just to make impression and then regret. The Jews have a timeless wisdom on this. Those who dinner with vanity wake up in poverty. This kind of mindset sabotages us. We bought status symbols and, in return, become hostages of debt. We took loans to support an image and end up enslaved by the banks. What's worse is that we exchange our money for an illusion of other people's respect when we are actually invisible to most. Next time you feel like buying something to impress, do this exercise. Ask yourself, am I buying it for me or others to see? Imagine that no one will ever know about this acquisition. Would you still do it? If hesitated for a few seconds, it is a sign that it is not worth it. Remember, real status is not measured by gold chains or luxurious cars financed, but by the balance in the account, the one that no one but you know. As we try to prove our value to others, we are literally throwing money away. Sleep until later. Marathon series where rolling aimlessly through social networks all seems harmless, but hides an uncomfortable truth. As we waste hours, we hope the money will fall from the sky. There is a millennial wisdom that says only work turns time into money, but we, in our illusion, want everything now and effortlessly. We dreamed of richness, but we ran away from the path that leads to her. It's easy to look at those who have a new car, their own apartment, or designer clothes and think, lucky. We rarely ask ourselves, what was the price of this achievement? Most envy the result, but few would be willing to pay the same price. We want the same success, but when we find out what is needed, discipline, sacrifices, hours of work, our brain shouts, that's awesome, and look for shortcuts. We spent years waiting for the great opportunity, complaining of life. While time drifts between the fingers. I already fell into this trap myself. He spent years blaming bosses, the government, the economy, while others, at the same age, bought real estate or invested. An acquaintance, at 28, paid a house in sight, I thought, must have inherited money or earned in the lottery. The reality? He worked 3 straight years without clearance, woke up at 5 a.m., kept 70% of his salary, and most importantly, did not complain. As I waited for the perfect moment, he acted. And the result? I got empty hands. He with a heritage. It was then that I understood. Time does not forgive who wasted him. He doesn't wait for you. Either you use it to your advantage, or he will leave him behind as he did to me. The problem is not the lack of opportunities, but the illusion that success comes at no cost. When we see the success of others, we envy. When we discover the price, we give up. We chose comfort today and reap the scarcity tomorrow. To break the cycle, adopt the 5-minute rule. Start any task, even for a short time. Don't count hours, measure results. Each real spending is a choice between I want now and I will have in the future. Wealth is not luck, it is daily work. Even those who are lucky, which is very rare, usually do not know how to deal with it. There is an absolute truth. Money comes out of nowhere. It comes back. And poverty? It is not a lack of resources, but the habit of choosing the sofa instead of the action. Fourth reason why money is not with us. The trap of credits. We live lending and paying twice. Credit is a trap for those who are already sunk. A hard truth that I learned late. Those who live in debt never enriches. Let's go to a practical example. Imagine that in a year you are destined to earn $500,000, not one penny, no less. During this period, you buy a mobile phone of $50,000 in the credit. With interest, it pays $90,000. Your brain records only the $50,000 of the label, ignoring the $40,000 played outside. Those $40,000 could have bought other things, but they evaporated. Interest. Now add a refrigerator, a TV, a little gift here and there, all on installments. At the end of the year, your $500,000 are gone, and you are in the red again. Credit does not increase your income, he devours her. You pay more for things, lose money you could invest and fall into a loop. Debt right arrow, lack of money right arrow, new debt. How to get out of this? List all your credits and calculate how much you are losing interest. Adopt a golden rule. If you don't have the money, don't buy it. It is better to save 3 months than to pay interest for a year. Better save a year than finance for 5. Better wait 5 years than to pay for the rest of your life. Remember, rich use credit to generate more wealth. Poor use to look rich. Live within your possibilities. If you can't pay cash, you can't have it. Point. The rest is illusion, and illusion is expensive. That impulsive desire to buy something now seems irresistible until the financial hangover hits. You look at the pile of useless things and realize, threw away the equivalent of $250,000 a year. This money would give the entry of the car, 6 months of rent into a better neighborhood, or even the starting capital of a small business that would pay its debts. But no, you literally poured everything in the drain. There is a Jewish wisdom that summarizes this accurately. Everyone complains about the lack of money, but no one complains about the lack of judgment. Think about it. Your vices are sucking your salary in silence: cigarettes, 6,000 per month, right arrow 72,000 per year; alcohol, 15,000 per month, right arrow 180,000 per year; cafes and snacks, 300 per day, right arrow 9,000 per month, or 108,000 per year. Now take a notebook. Write down all your small expenses of the week. Multiply by 4. The result will hurt. Then ask yourself, what could I have done with that money? The answer will let your jaw drop. Poverty is not a lack of money, it is the habit of paying for what destroys you. And here is the seventh reason why you never have money: you're afraid to earn you. Fear of risking, fear of listening to a no, fear of getting out of the comfort zone. What if it goes wrong? What will you think? Maybe later, while you advance, others act. Have you seen opportunities pass in front of you? Someone opened a barber shop in your neighborhood and today invoices well. Someone asked for an increase and did it. Someone stumbled a business that you rejected out of insecurity. They are reaping the fruits. You're apologizing. In 2017, a friend invited me to open a car wash together. I hesitated. What if it doesn't work? He was alone. Today has 3 units. I got 0. I ignored another Jewish proverb: money does not require wisdom, but wisdom requires money. We lose money every day waiting for the perfect moment which does not exist. We overestimate the risks and underestimate our abilities. We let fear make decisions that should be ours. Change this today: 1. Ask an increase. The worst they can say is no. 2. Invest 10% of your performance in something, even if it's a test. 3. Act before it is 100% ready. Whoever waits for the right time is left behind. Remember, failure is the price of learning. Poverty is the price of inaction. The world belongs to those who dare, not those who calculate infinitely. While you read this text, someone has already put into practice an idea that you only dreamed of. If you close this page and forget everything, nothing will change. But if only one of these traps is eliminated, in a year you will be surprised by what is left over. And if this text makes you rethink your life, know, this is my greatest reward. The choice is yours. Money attracts the brave, not hesitant. If something here resonated, it is a sign that it is when acting. Start now while others are still playing. Until next time, with more reflections on self-knowledge, psychology, relationships, and philosophy behind what really matters. This was the dose of practical wisdom you deserved. And